Welcome into a new edition of Camp Dolphins. It is hot out here, Kimbo Camper. It had to be even hotter for the players because for the first time in training camp, we saw them put the pads on. Mike McDaniel says that's the best way to really, evaluate a football team. So first day of pads, who do you think won, offense or defense?
Well, I think they both had a lot of things going for them. I think defensively, though, I think it's a little easier on the defense. They can do things. They can. The one thing I saw Vic, the little kind of the autograph of Vic Fangio on that defense, moving players around, doing a lot of different things. So I think they had a little advantage on the offense, played a little better. But look, that's not saying that the offense did things poorly. I thought they showed up pretty well in the first day of pads. And I got to tell you, coming out, the team came out. They were excited. They played to the fans. I mean, bringing everybody together. First day of pads, there's a little bit for a player. Oh, geez, we got to get in pads. But then there's some, hey, we get to get in pads and hit. So it was one of those days.
It was interesting. Durham Smythe talked about the professionalism of this team. We didn't see any fights out here. And he says that's really a credit to how they want to go about their business. They're not here to waste time. Also, it's just really hot. It's just really hot.
Well, I noticed this. I noticed a lot more guys with their helmets off and on their knees after their first series of downs.
That'll happen.
And it went through that during the day. But look, it's the progression. You've got to get in here and get started, and then you've got to get into the tough stuff. Pads, hot days, sweating, getting through that, coming back the next day. I think so far with this training camp, and I think Mike McDaniel, you got to give him credit for the way he manages his team and gives them enough time to rest, but gets good work in, and their practices are pretty snappy, which I like.
Well, today was the first day of pads. We are working up and gearing up for that first preseason game in a couple weeks. So let's talk a little bit about some of the camp competitions. We don't know if we'll see Tua at quarterback in that first preseason game, but we know we'll see Mike White and Skylar Thompson. How is the hierarchy of the quarterback position, in your eyes, breaking down so far?
Well, I'm certainly interested in seeing Tua at some point. Now, I'm not sure how much or even if we will, based on what he went through last year. But he certainly is the primo number one guy, no doubt about that. And they've given him the keys to this organization. Then I think you look at Mike White, a little more experience than Skylar Thompson. You see that in the way he plays, and did some good things out here today. And then Skylar Thompson, I think, is that third guy and going to be there. But I like the fact that you got a young quarterback, a 4-year guy, another 4-year guy, 5-year guy in Mike White, and a young guy in Skylar Thompson, where that trio can grow together over the years and really be really give you some comfort on the back end side of it.
And comfort for the coach's standpoint. Skylar Thompson has playoff experience. Those other guys on the roster can't really say that.
And they're going to get a lot of practice, a lot of work during the preseason. So I really like who they've got, where the kind of where they are in their careers, and just how they stack up.
See how fun to, as you mentioned, see how they grow together. All right, let's talk about the growth of some of the rookies today. I thought a couple guys really stood out. Elijah Higgins, tight end, and corner Cam Smith.
You got some guys on the tight end position that aren't practicing, giving some other guys an opportunity. Cam Smith made a couple good plays. Made one good play right over in the corner over there. That was really nice. So I think you like what you're getting out of them. And to see some more. And I tell you what. Every time I look up, I see this guy, Devon A-Chain, kind of running down, and he looks fast, he looks smooth, he hits the holes quickly. He's going to be an exciting guy to watch.
It's really cool to see how this team is coming together. A nice mix of experience and a new wave of youth coming up that I think last year's draft class was kind of missing, obviously having only a third-round pick. That's where you started from with Channing.
Now let's get to this, though. We need to find that offensive line. And we need to find that thing quickly and let them all work as a group.
Well, it was good to see Tron Armstead at least in a helmet today. So doing a little bit more, gradually progressing. He's still on the PUP list, but we are seeing those baby steps towards him getting ready.
Doubt.
All right, Kimbo Camper, thank you so much for joining us on another edition of Camp Dolphins All Access.